Hello, Lindsay Dawn. It's so good to have you here on this sixth day of February. Can you believe it? We are
Yeah, this
here.
month already has gone by faster than I feel like January did.
I know, I know. And today is actually on Thursdays on the galactic calendar is our rainbow heart activation day that thousands of people throughout the world are sending heart around the world in those beautiful rainbow colors. So that's why we hop on here because we both follow the galactic calendar. And it's also the last day of this lunar cycle, the last of the 28 days. So we start a new one tomorrow. And, most people think, oh, it starts with the new moon. Well, on the galactic calendar, it's a little bit different. So pretty excited about flipping the calendar to see what the tone and what the glyphs are for our next 28 days. We just had a half moon peak yesterday, so we can tap into a little bit of that energy today. But today we're going to do something a little bit different with our meditation. And Lindsay and I were popping on before. We always like to catch up on what's happening. And the one theme that's coming through is change and transition and really taking the intuitive knowing and the intuitive hits and applying it to the next step. And that takes bravery, it takes courage, it takes less fear and more of that trust in knowing that the intuitive hits that you're getting are valid and are aligned with the soul's blueprint. There's many, many people that are losing their jobs right now. There's cutbacks everywhere. There's lots and lots of change. And so we are prepared, both Lindsay and I, as inner leaders, and with Lindsay's company, inspire to be of assistance at this time in helping people cross that threshold that is new and scary
Mhm.
yet new and very rewarding once you overcome the fear. So, Lindsay, that I would love for you to just share your hits that you're getting that you're following that is really creating this new landscape for you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going through a process right now that is asking me to step through fear. And so just from our session last week and our rainbow meditation last week into this week, a lot of things became more clear about how this shadow side of Pisces, this North Node in Pisces, is this fear aspect. And so when we have a lot of change in front of us, it's so important to continue to tune into the tools and the guidance that we're given, and that when there are those shifts that are happening, those unexpected job losses that are ultimately going to redirect you in exactly the path, the people, the community, the workspace that you need to be in, or even the relationship changes, the location changes, and how those things that are those things can feel overwhelming because they're really big. They're big milestones, and thresholds, as we were talking about, thresholds to step over. And so what my guidance came through was that to really focus in, and just like with hiking, when you're hiking up a mountain, you're not looking at the top of the mountain the whole time that you're hiking. You're looking at your feet, you're looking before you, you're looking a little ahead, and you're making these adjustments as you're going down the path. And that when change is around us, and we know that there will be more and more, it's happening right now, it will continue to happen, that you can take these little micro movements or micro steps or micro shifts that take that fear element a little out of the picture. And it's because you're bringing back some type of, if you want to call it, control, or some type of, I can do something about this. And really a better way to say it would be an action step, right? Because in manifestation, or in when we're we are going through changes, we're wanting to create something in our world, the one of the biggest parts is about the action that we take to
Yep.
meet that energy. And so personally, mine was around home, and I just started writing a list out of the things that I could do, and that it would make it feel less overwhelming for the task that I was feeling, because I was feeling a lot of resistance, fear, and uncertainty. And so I don't, being okay with not needing to know the ultimate outcome. Sometimes there will be a clear outcome for whatever circumstance that you're going through, but sometimes there's not. And just taking it into your hands to do those little things that you can do. And it's interesting because the other thing that this connected with is years ago, I did the financial piece from Dave Ramsey, and he talks about the snowball, right? How if you're in debt or you're going through these a difficult hardship with money, that you can do the snowball effect, which is you just do little things, you start tackling it, and then it creates this bigger snowball, and it
Mhm.
builds. And it's the same with change and growth in our lives, right?
Mhm.
It's about those action steps and what can you do, and then you start building the confidence and to trust yourself as those new next steps are revealed to you.
Yeah, and we have so much assistance right now with our above resources, with our heart's intuitive intelligence that's being very, very activated right now with the light frequency and all the change, all the breaking apart. All the breaking apart, there's light,
Mm-hmm.
and then the earth below, the beautiful nature spirit beings that are supporting us from nature into securing our steps. And that is just a beautiful, beautiful circuitry. And that's what we connect to in the inner leader movement is the above, within, and earth below, which spells out awe. And the guides have told me that, Lisa, you need to every week put this out with tips or techniques of what above resources are coming through right now in this present moment of time, what within resources are coming through. So this week, the new blog above, within, and earth below. It's called Awe, Wonder, Ways. The within was about what Lindsay and I are talking about right now. I received information that the intuitive hits are happening and don't ignore them. Take an action, take a small step in that intuitive hit. You go, even if it is as simple as what time do I go to the market today? Or where do I go get a cup of coffee? Because there's someone there that you're going to meet. There's someone there that you're going to have a connection with. There's going to be some beautiful nature happening around you as you're driving to the store. Whatever it is, that intuitive hit is aligned with your soul's unfolding of the blueprint. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I say it can be just that simple. Whereas Lindsay's getting, it's time to uproot, it's time to move. And I just had that 2 years ago, right? Okay, it's time to
Yeah.
move. But where I was going to move was in my comfort zone of where I thought, where the head thought would be the quickest, easiest way to go move for a few months until I found a place. And the guides cut that right off and said, "What is your intuitive guidance?" As I was driving down Highway 1, they're like, "Nope, you're staying in California. This is your home. You will find a home here." And 4 days later, I did. So it was very uncomfortable because my plans of what I thought I should do was not following the intuitive guidance. And I had to really tune in and listen. That's the other thing the guides have been saying lately is just listen, just listen. And don't let the fear and the uncertainty spin you into an out of control state of, I'm going to go where it's comfortable, right? Because we don't know that's our human nature is our comfort zone. So we're going to bust out of that today. We're going to take you through a meditation. I'm going to pass it over to Lindsay. We're going to go weave back and forth into this global rainbow activation day of the heart's intuitive intelligence. This heart of ours is signaling all the time as we connect with it. Above resources to help are within trust and following that guidance, and then the earth below landscape that is opening up for us. So let's tune into that beautiful capacity, magic, and magnificence of the heart today. Okay,
Mhm.
so if we're ready just to take, and I've got indigo here in my arms, so we'll get it. Two hearts communing with the animal spirit world too. So let's just take some nice deep breaths into the heart area, breathing slower and deeper than normal, and just really give the mind the focus of the breath coming in and out of the heart area. Beautiful. And now on the next breath, just activate that beautiful feeling within the heart that holds the emotions of appreciation, gratitude for this moment of now, connecting with your breath, connecting with the heart, connecting with Lindsay, connecting with Lisa and Indigo, but most importantly, connecting with your heart. Appreciation and gratitude for the magnificent magic it holds. And now let's radiate out those beautiful feelings of appreciation and gratitude, setting your energetic field into that orbic field of light to call in the above resources, your within knowing, and the earth below. And really feel that radiating field as you breathe in and as you exhale out. That's where you're creating that energetic field around you of appreciation, gratitude, well, and of course, your love and light that comes from that heart area, your heart and soul. And feel that beautiful or orbic field of light. Feel, sense, and visualize, they're saying, the guides are saying, all rainbow light. Just beautiful rainbow colors swirling and twirling around you as you bring the breath into the heart. Exhale out, because all the chakra systems are working with your heart right now, from your crown chakra to your root chakra, radiating the beautiful colors of rainbow light that the heart is pulsing out into the energy field. Okay, and Lindsay, I'm going to ask you now to take us to the next level of that rainbow light.
Beautiful, thank you. And just connecting again with that breath and the importance of the breath for our well-being, as well as our expansion, our grounding, and remembering that as we're breathing in, every moment throughout the day, we come into the breath, we remember to not just bring it in just to the chest, but to bring that breath all the way down. So as we are now breathing in and cycling, bringing that breath in through that beautiful heart of yours and bringing it all the way down to the womb, to the root chakra, allowing that belly to fill with this oxygen, this God force, this God energy, this creator light and intelligence. So just taking a couple of breaths, and each time you breathe in, breathing it in through the heart and bringing it down, seeing that bowl, that space fill, that creative energy, that grounding, that security. And each time you're breathing, I'm seeing like the heart. I don't know what you call them, but it's like a wheel where they have water in a little kid's toy and it's like moving it. So each time you're breathing in, you're bringing in this consciousness, this rainbow light energy from your field. And just like how the rainbow has an end, you're bringing that rainbow light all the way down to your root and then down deeper as you breathe. Now, coming on the next in breath, even past your root, sending it into your root chakra, your grounding cord, that rainbow light moving into the earth below you. Just noticing the stability, the power of just this simple act of bringing the breath and bringing it all the way down and grounding you down in these lower, more earthbound chakras. Bringing it all the way down to the feet, feeling it in the tips of your toes, the tingling in your toes and activations in your feet chakras. And as we continue to breathe, just the energy that I'm feeling is just to trust yourself, to step through these thresholds. Why the feet are so important, to bring the breath all the way down to the feet, have those feet connected to the earth, that keep us moving forward, taking action when we're guided. And that the intelligence that comes in from this rainbow light, each of these colors holds attributes. So as we bring this rainbow light all the way in, as it's not only coming in through the heart, it's coming in through the crown chakra, it's anchoring down below us through our vessel. How powerful it is in helping us transform, transmute, cross these thresholds, whether they be small or large.
Mhm.
And the beautiful courage that flows in, tapping into the energy of courage, that color that flows through in your mind's eye right now when you breathe in this attribute of courage. Allowing it to expand in your field with each breath. As you continue to trust yourself to follow those steps, those next steps.
Lindsay, what I was seeing as you were grounding us into with the rainbow energy is from the heart, this fan opening up for the upper chakras of rainbow light, and that fan just pulling in different points of resources and support for the courage, for the
Mm.
confidence, for the trust in allowing what is coming through as an intuitive hit, intuitive message, a soul sign to take that next step forward. It was really, really beautiful because this fan is fanning out into the upper chakra system, like magnetizing in the resources to support. So it could be angels, it could be ascended masters, it could be a family or friend in light that is responding to this rainbow fan of heart intelligence, intuitive intelligence, while as you grounded us in with that rainbow light. I just love how this meditation was evolving with the resources and the beautiful colors. I think the colors are so significant of the rainbow, and to really work with those and to feel the and sense the energy and frequency of the rainbow light colors and anchoring those into the heart from above. And as Lindsay, oh my gosh, so beautifully grounded us in with that rainbow light so that we feel secure, the security, the satisfaction and the connection that the soul so wants us as human beings to feed it every single day. I'm feeling and sensing the power that you have within now to radiate that out to wherever you want to radiate it out to, around, wrap it around this beautiful world of ours that is shaking at its core with change and transformation, which will always birth the new. Just send that out with the next few breaths. Feel that power you have to send that rainbow light from your heart around the world so others can sense and feel and tap into that energy and frequency. That's the power we have.
Mm.
Yeah.
And seeing the rainbow light go also through our root and our grounding through the axis of the earth.
Mm.
So it's creating like this path that is going through the earth and around the earth.
Oh, I love that. That's really cool. Uh-huh. Yeah. And how that rainbow light gets stronger as the earth is turning, right? The earth's moving. It's moving every second. I love that, Lindsay. Yeah, the axis, the rotation, the movement of the earth, spreading that rainbow light. Hmm. Oh,
Mm.
thank you, thank you. This feels complete.
Yeah. Mm.
That
How beautiful.
was fun. We haven't tried that before, going back and forth.
Yeah, I really like it. I look forward to hearing the feedback from those tune in and how they like that because there is this flow that when we open up this coherent channel that it just does it has this natural um coherent connection that is
Yeah,
created and where it's we're tuning in regardless, as Lisa was mentioning before, but regardless of how how energy works is regardless of where you are, that it is connecting and that we are connecting on that quantum level and
yeah,
the power of our anchoring and to not forget how powerful our vessels, how powerful our souls are to assist in this transformation for not just ourselves, but the earth and those around us.
And I think when you're listening to a meditation like you are today, with both of us going back and forth, I what was precipitated with me as I was tuning in to how Lindsay was guiding us through, what opened up for me and this beautiful fan of rainbow light. So we really encourage you as you're listening to these meditations to really tap in what's coming through for you. How do you see that rainbow light? We're sharing with you how we see it and how we're guided to ground it in or to expand it out throughout the world. But what is it for you? What is uniquely designed within your soul to send out that rainbow light? And I think that's just the exciting part of the discovery, because so many people want to follow, but in the inner leader movement, we say we're just guides. We want you to create and collaborate and co-create and come forth with your beautiful gifts and the way that you see these meditations, the way that you feel or tap into them could be something completely different for you. And
Mhm.
that's what's so exciting.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
sharing that if you feel so called, it just is so beautiful because it is part of all our unique divine blueprints
yeah,
and
yeah.
signatures that we bring. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And the more ideas and the more resources we have, the less fear we have for moving forward because we're saying, wait a minute, Lindsay just said ground that in. Lisa was fanning it out. Oh, wait a minute. And then you start to create these experiences that are less fear and more trust in how you're being guided. So I think that's a really important point right now, especially with all the change that's happening. Yeah.
Uh,
So thank you, Lindsay. And what do you got going in Aspire to Inspire coming up?
Well, I have a couple of events. I've been doing local community events. So if you're looking for spiritual retreats or healing events and you're willing to do a little traveling, I know interestingly, I've been feeling that energy out there myself is
Yeah.
to go to a weekend retreat somewhere or you know, hosting it and going to it is a little different, and sometimes we all need that self-care or that deeper ability to just receive, right, from it, the experience. But I have a healing retreat that's coming up next month that's actually a personalized healing, and I also offer these kind of more personalized sessions, as well as in May, there is a weekend retreat at the Osage Forest of Peace that is near Tulsa, Oklahoma. So it's near an airport. And it will be a Friday through Sunday event that is really going to be about and really going through your chakras and helping people to really tune in and understand their chakras, as well as radiating. In fact, it's called radiance, and it's about radiating that inner and outer light. And so those are just a few events, and I have a lot working within my own business as I'm getting my hypnotherapy certification, and will be
Wow.
more online client opportunities to do hypnotherapy sessions. That's a
That's
big
so exciting. I'm so excited for that for you. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so good. Yeah, there's lots of options. Make sure you check out Lindsay's website in the description below, Aspire to Inspire, and then check out our new blog that's going to be published every Wednesday, even though it's Thursday. We got behind a little bit because we didn't have power for a day with the storms coming through here in Northern California. So it might be a day or two, give or take, depending on the weather and the internet here. But we have lots to offer, and anytime that you want to, tap into any of the events or any of the services, actually, we have a big inner leader practitioner meeting coming up on Sunday morning, and we can talk a little bit more about that at some point too, what that means. And it's just there's just so many options right now. So tune in and tap into the resources that resonate with your soul. And we look forward to our time together next week.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the blog and reading it. I can't wait.
Yeah, yeah, it's again, another quick intuitive hit that said, get the information, bring forth the information on a consistent basis, Lisa. You'll see that my last blog before this one was written last August. So it's like, okay, it is happening. I'm following the guidance. So, all right, much love to everyone. Thank you, Lindsay. Always a pleasure. And we will tune in next week.
See you next week.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.